Hello and welcome to Projetez-Vous, addressing the management of complex-sounding projects. This podcast series is dedicated to project management. I'm your host, Mirvat Mtimet, with over 10 years of experience as a project manager and a PMO. Additionally, I am a certified project management professional and actively volunteer with the Project Management Institute of France, the reference organization in project management. I love sharing my knowledge and assisting you in managing your projects. That's why I coach and train in project management and its related professions. I am convinced that understanding the intricacies of project management allows you to succeed in everything you undertake, whether in your professional or personal life. Every week in this podcast, we will explore together the different facets and news of management. I will regularly invite professionals to explore their methods and experiences on selected topics. Project management enables you to structure, coordinate, and control all stages from conception to delivery. Come discover how and live with some tips. I invite you to subscribe and follow me for more content on project management. Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of Projetez-Vous. Today we will explain the myths of agile project management. You may have heard that it's the miracle solution to all your project management problems, or perhaps you have heard the opposite. In any case, we will delve into the myths and reality of this fascinating methodology. The first myth about agility is that it is primarily a mindset, a culture. Yes, there are tools like Scrum or Kanban, but they are effective only if the team adheres to the agile principle. Where does this myth come from? Indeed, agility was created to be flexible and adaptable. In English, it is called an adaptive method, meaning the scope is in constant evolution. This aligns with the fast-paced nature of today's societies. Many companies, instead of implementing all the rituals and ensuring agility work, tend to say, yes, we are very agile as a company, while not using any agile tool. Agility was created with specific tools and methods, such as the Scrum methodology, Kanban, and now even methodologies at scales. However, it is pointless to claim agility while maintaining a traditional company operation. So, that was the first myth. A second myth is that agility is only for software development teams. Although it originated in the software development world, waiting for 2 years to obtain software with the traditional methodology is no longer sustainable. Nowadays, a minimum viable product (MVP), a basic product developed quickly, is required. In each new cycle or sprint, additional features are added. While it was born for software development, it can be applied to all types of projects. In a rapidly evolving society, all projects should be fast, requiring flexibility, adaptability, continuous delivery of value. For example, Google operates in agile mode, continuously improving its platform and software with each sprint. They are thus more efficient, flexible, and responsive to the market. This applies not only to software development, but also to the development of cosmetic products, among others. Google, for instance, always acts in agile mode, meaning they continuously improve their platform and software in each sprint by delivering new features. This makes them more efficient, flexible, and responsive to the market. It doesn't matter if the context is software development or other industries like finance, the stock market, or cryptocurrency. These are words far removed from software development, but agility can bring significant flexibility. Another myth is that with agility, there is no need for planning. In reality, planning still exists in agility, but is more flexible and continuous. You plan in the short term and adjust based on feedbacks and change. Today, we also see agility as scale in the corporate world, meaning that we not only look at the short cycles, like a sprint of 2, 3, or 6 weeks, but also at longer cycles consisting of 8, 9, or 10 sprints. This is called a release train. For example, in the SAFe methodology is a scaled agile framework, so it's agile for all the company. We need to specify when the first project will be released in 2 or 3 weeks, the first sprint, and when the project will be complete. It's also an indicator of the project's success. The idea is that agility is not only about quickly delivering a product, you also need to ensure stability and security, especially in sectors like banking. Another myth is that agility means no documentation. This is false. Agility requires minimal and necessary documentation. Communication and traces need to be left, as well as a feedback mechanism. It's not an excuse to neglect documentation. There are many agile tools for this purpose, like Jira, where all movement and ticket treatments are recorded. Agility does leave traces and documentation. Additionally, Confluence, another tool for agility that is complementary with Jira, can be associated functioning as a document management system and going further by documenting each tool developed during different sprints. One more myth is that agility is easy to adopt. Adopting an agile mindset and practices can be challenging. It requires a cultural change and commitment at all levels of the organizations. As with any change in a company, there will always be resistance. I've explained this in several episodes, and I may have devoted an entire episode to it. You need to communicate through change management for a successful methodology implementation. This is not unique to agility. It applies to other methodologies and new processes as well. Do not neglect the fact that understanding and embracing agility will take time, requiring change management support. Now that I've listed the 5 myths, I will conclude by giving you some advice for a successful transition to agile. It happens that when you arrive on a project as a project management officer or in management, you realize that the work methodologies are not adequate and the results are not optimal. Perhaps you notice that your solutions take too much time to be implemented and the market is moving too fast. This is when you need to decide to implement the agile methodology in the company. Start by educating and training. The first step is to raise awareness about agility. Often, an agile coach is employed to do this and organize agility games, such as poker planning. First, sensitize and acculturate the company to agility. Then start with a small team, begin small, implement all rituals, examine the results and make corrections. Once it works for a department or the whole company, it's important to have the commitment of the management. The management needs to be 100% committed to the implementation. There should be no division between departments, teams, and management. A decision can be made that agility is what benefits the company the most, and that's when it should be launched. Of course, the management must be involved at all stages of the implementation. I'm not saying that management should then attend all Scrum meetings, all daily meetings, and all sprint plannings. However, management must have a common language with the coach and managers who implement this methodology. The implementation of agility must listen and adapt. That is, if there are any things that do not work for the company, adjustment must be made accordingly. You cannot impose things that make no sense. There must be meaning in all rituals. If there isn't, the ritual needs to be changed. I hope this episode has helped you better understanding what Agile project management is and how it could benefit your organization. Remember, agility is not a miracle solution, but a tool that, when used correctly, can bring enormous advantages. Thank you for listening to Projetez-Vous. Project management is an exciting and stimulating field, and I hope the Projetez-Vous podcast will provide you with valuable knowledge and practical advice. Whether you are an experienced project manager or just starting in this field, you will find relevant information and concrete examples here to guide you to success in your projects. Thank you for joining me in this exciting adventure, and I'll see you in the next episode of Projetez-Vous. Addressing the management of complex-sounding projects, you will find some interesting links in the notes of this episode. If you want to delve deeper, feel free to contact me. You can find all my information on this podcast or on my website. Please review this episode, make a comment, and share this episode with others. I will soon have a newsletter, so please register to the newsletter in order to have the best news from Projetez-Vous. Thank you for listening and see you next week.